Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we currently are very, very close to the end of the game. That is going to be in a little bit under 2 years here, and to that end, we've got a little bit of cleanup to do. Now, bare minimum, I want to get Samara taken over, and I want to get Divinok taken over. Now, Divinok is going, definitely, to require a truce break. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. So we can do a struggle clash here. That's relatively expensive in the prestige department, but it's not too bad. I'm going to declare it right now. Our truce with these guys is up on the 1st of May, so we'll get that going as soon as we can. But first, I want to get Divinok under control here. We're going to have to truce break it. It's going to be a little bit painful, but we're right at the end of the game, so it has to happen. So we're going to tick on forward here. We do have these factions are, I think, all fake. We'll find out, but I'm pretty sure that they're all fake. So that should be fine for the time being. We're going to raise up how many total troops? 25,000? Okay. This is sufficient. We're going to head on in as soon as our men-at-arms arrive. This siege will fall basically instantly. But it will take time for our men-at-arms to arrive. So our truce is going to be up as of around now-ish. I'm not sure which day it was in May, but it was in May of this year. So that's absolutely great. We're going to head on over towards their capital here, because I want to get their capital taken. That is kind of top priority right now in terms of getting a decent amount of war score. Okay, we have to head up here first. Sure, mildly awkward in terms of the way that they have this set up, but I guess that's okay. We're going to head up this direction. They're sieging down here. Whatever. That's completely fine. We're going to ignore this guy and steal his ideas. Perfect. And we gained a manipulation hook on him. Cool. I think that was probably low odds, but we'll take it. Okay, someone died, I think. No, our rival... Yeah, we're going to stop being rivals with them. Gaining 75 prestige is definitely good for us. We're going to need some prestige here. That's for sure. So we're going to cruise on through here. We did just get an accolade successor for the Word of God. Or rather, the Sword of God. There's an extra S in there. Perfect. And that is this guy. Skill 8? Yikes. Okay, that's not very high skill, but there we go. Sword of God? We'll put you on in. Cool. Anything else needing it? No. And I don't suppose we can restore our accolade. We need to go to the inactive accolades. That would help. No. Okay. I really hope that Paradox reworks that a little bit. I think there's a mod for it, too. I'll look into that for the next Crusader King series, which will be sometime in the future. I'm not sure when yet. There will, of course, be more, but not immediately. Because, of course, this series is going directly into Europa. We're not importing it, but it is going on in. So this war's over. We're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. And all of this territory, at this point, we are going to usurp the Kingdom of Bjarmeland. And I'm going to give that to... I don't think it really matters who we give it to. I'm going to give it to this guy. There we go. Problem solved. So that's all under control. This county should probably be de jure transferred somewhere, and we do have a number of vassals that can be transferred de jure, looks like. So we'll get those all completed. Phenomenal. Okay, so that all looks good. So now we're truced with this guy. That'll be the truce break. We can attack here and here. We can also create the Empire of Russia de jure. Now, we could try to clear out some of this area out over here, but honestly, our time is very, very limited here, right? No doubt about that. I'd love to clean up some of this territory over here as well, start expanding out this way, but we're out of time, and that's okay. That's not the end of the world. So at this point, we can declare on this fine gentleman, and we're going to do exactly that. This war should go very quickly indeed. We're going to raise our men-at-arms, and inward we go. Okay, he's going to stack wipe our greedy raise. That's kind of a... Yeah, that's not... I'm not happy about that. That delays us a little bit. It'll take us 3 months for us to get here. We kind of don't have a lot of time, right? We may end up going beyond the end date of the game. I don't remember if that's an option in CK3. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put in a save right before. If I recall correctly, you have to adjust the end date in CK3. But I was going to say, I'm concerned about this episode not being very long. That's the current concern. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. I'm just going to siege this down nice and quickly, now that our troops have actually arrived. Okay. War's over, and we're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. Phenomenal. So it's currently 1452. I believe the game ends on 1 January 1453, so we'll look into that. I do want to attack this guy up here. We will be a truce breaker. So that's going to be painful. Minus 50 opinion for 3 years. Yes, that's going to be a problem. But that's okay. So we're going to declare this war. We're going to declare on this guy, this is not a truce break. And we're going to declare on this guy as well. This is also not a truce break. So that'll be fine. We're going to drop our rally point right down over here. We're going to raise our men-at-arms, gather ourselves a few levy troops. Not that we need many. The question is that opinion penalty going to be a significant problem for us with factionalism? My guess is no. And the reason for that is because we should be able to just throw gold at the problem, and that should make it go away. So that'll be fine. We're going to get these forces raised up here in 20 days. I want to have these battles wrapped up before the end of the game. And we'll see what we want to do as far as, like, extending the game out for a couple of extra years just to pad this episode. We'll see what that ends up looking like. So for now, we're going to go siege over here. And we'll siege here, 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 and that may end the war. So this is basically the same invasion pattern as what we did previously. Cool. So that's 54%. We're going to have to head up here, which is mildly awkward. And I'm not surprised that there's a faction here. This is because of that opinion malice. So we're going to send a gift to these guys, and this is going to offset significantly. This is going to offset significantly the opinion malice. This is why I said I don't think this is going to be a big issue. Because we can just send these gifts right on over. These guys are gaining, on average, more opinion than they lost from the truce break. So that seems absolutely fine. We must stop the villain behind this, indeed. And we'll see if this faction goes away. Is there a second faction? No, the faction just goes away. Okay, beautiful. So that's all looking good. This war will be over extraordinarily soon. This siege could very well end it, but this one definitely will. Yeah, this would have ended it, but it unfortunately did not. Yeah, show this guy in. That's fine. We'll take some renown, but the prestige is the important thing here. Okay, so this war is over, fully expected. And that's all just going to be heading over to Jur. Beautiful. So it's currently the 2nd of July. This war is now over, and we're going to head down here. That's going to take us 3 months to get there. Okay, that seems absolutely fine. So we're going to get that all cleaned up. Now, it's a little unfortunate that we've still got Khazaria and Alania sticking out here in Bulgarid. I was hoping to get those cleaned up, Tehran and Kar as well. We just don't have the time. I believe in Crusader Kings we don't get the option to continue playing after the end date for some reason. And I'm not actually sure what that reason is, because in most Paradox games you can. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to make a save right before this game ends, and if I have to mod the game to extend the end date, that's only a simple modification of a text file. It's not a big deal. So we're going to keep an eye on this, and yeah, we'll just extend this episode out that little bit. So inward we go. Currently the game is not modded, as you can tell by the fact that achievements are available. But that will change after the end date anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we're going to end that war, and this is basically our final position here. I doubt that we can get another war done in the time frame here. So what I'm going to do, well, I would love to get, like, Alania under our control. We do have a claim on it. I'm going to declare this war. I'm not convinced that this actually ends up happening in time. 59 days. We'll see. We might be able to get this one done. I want to carve back these borders a little bit and get them cleaned up, but at least we don't have major border gore, right? We have... This is a little messy up here with, like, sticking in over this way. Honestly, if it was just that, if this wasn't here, I wouldn't be concerned about this. So it's reasonably fine. We have a diplomacy perk available, and we can definitely take sound foundations. That'll be fine. And it's currently November, so we're keeping an eye on that. This is not going to end before the end of the game. I think that's pretty obvious. We just got the end of an era achievement, which of course we've already gotten. And the game is going to end on January 1st. So I'm going to tick us forward just a little bit here, and then I'm going to make a save. So I'm going to make a save here on the 30th rather than the 31st, just in case. I'm going to make a save right here. And then we're going to find out, is Crusader Kings one of the ones that lets you play beyond? No, it's just exit to menu. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be right back once I put that mod in. See you guys in just a moment. Okay, so here we are with the game modified. Oh, there we go. I had to select the game again. Let me try that transition again. Perfect. Here we are with the game modified. Surprisingly, despite it being modified, achievements are still available, which is interesting to me. I'm not sure why that's the case. I feel like it shouldn't be. But all I did was change the define, and I'll change it back after this episode. I don't intend to keep the game modified like this, but I just changed it so the end date is now 1500. And that's just to give us the last few minutes of this particular series, and that's fine. So we're going to hop into Alania here, and we're just going to tick on through. We've already won that war. That was a fast one. Okay, we're going to disband our troops here. Now I'd like to attack Khazaria. The struggle clash wouldn't fully take over Khazaria. Okay. What if we attacked here instead? This is a duchy tier realm. We could holy war for this duchy, and then that would get us all of Khazaria in a struggle clash. That'll also get us time to build up a little prestige. I like it. I think that's a good idea. So we're going to drop a rally point right around here. We're going to raise all men-at-arms, and we're going to head on in over... Actually, let's just head to their capital. That'll be fine. So no problem whatsoever here. I wonder if this gets flagged as achievements not being available when a new save is made. Let's find out. So let's save this game. Yeah, we can see this autosave is unavailable, but that's the autosave that was made when the game ended. So that's definitely intriguing. I'm going to make a new save here. And let's see if achievements are available. They are. That's intriguing. I expected them to not be, and to be clear, we're not going to go for any achievements at this point. But that is remarkable. The only thing I changed was the end date. But sure. Oh, they stack wiped our greedy raise. Not that they actually won a battle there. That just delays us a little bit. So we're going to head in here as soon as we're done with that. I want to come this direction and then come here. Okay. Are they going to do it again? They're walking towards us right now. That's very rude. We're just going to stop gathering here then. And we're just going to gather up over here then. That is incredibly rude of them. But there we go. So we'll do something like this. Sure. I just want to carve back these borders a little bit before we end the game here. I'd like, as I said previously, to take over these down here and clean up this area just a little. So that'll be absolutely fine. We could maybe go for, like, the de jure Empire of Volga Earl. Although the de jure Empire of Golden Horde will be a little awkward here. Cool. So we've got our forces raised up, and now we're headed in. They're moving very strangely. Okay. We're just going to stack wipe this force. No problem there. That's absolutely going to get stack wiped. And then this over here, again, it's going to get stack wiped. No doubt about that. Fantastic. So downward we go. And now we're just going to go hit their capital, is the idea. And that is indeed exactly where we're going. So we're at 75% war score because we captured his heir. Okay, sure. That's absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever there. We're 12 out of 12 domain. We lost a domain somewhere. What happened? This was granted out. This must have been an accidental thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So this war's over. Sure, you can no longer be our friend. That's fine. We're going to demand his conversion. I'm going to send him a gift. He's very unlikely to let us revoke this title. Yeah, 33%. What about an imprisonment? 62%? And may incite the Liberty faction to revolt. I'm going to take that chance. How much is actually in the Liberty faction? Probably not much. Yeah, not much indeed. So I'm going to raise up our men-at-arms here. Although this war needs to be ended, of course. And we'll disband our men-at-arms, and we'll re-raise them down over here. Looks good. So that's underway. And, of course, now we're at 13 of 12 because we need to grant this title out. So we'll do exactly that. That'll give us, in theory, an in into Khazaria, and we'll get there as soon as this is dealt with. Oh, he actually accepted. Shocking. So we're going to revoke his title, which we can just do kind of for free now, but tyranny is going to be kind of painful. But there we go. Cool. So tyranny will be rather painful there, no doubt about that. But for now, that is fine. So our rival loses a title. I want to declare on this guy. Checking these claims first. Nope. Ah, we would not get Astrakhan. And that is because there's no crossing here. There is a crossing here. Okay. Do we have a better way to do this? This is literally the only claimant. Okay. It's a duchy tier realm, but he's Orthodox, so we can't do anything in terms of, like, a holy war. We may come back to him and see if we can just take, like, this over. This is also similarly awkward. He is also Orthodox. Prince Leonard of France. Interesting. I don't think we have a title we want to give him. We'd like to make him be directly our vassal. I'm going to send him a gift. I don't expect this to actually make him willing to come to our court. Yeah. He likes the King of France, and the King of France has the similar lodging standards. So there's just not a lot to do about that. Okay. In that case, I think we'll just have to struggle clash this. I don't like it, but I think we'll have to. It'll create additional bordergore, which, you know, is perfect considering our current goal, but whatever. Let's raise up a few levy troops here just in case. This is a greedy raise, and this will prevent them from doing any shenaniganery. So that'll be fine. We do have access to a dynasty legacy, which we could certainly take. At this point, I think walking the sacred path is the way to go. Yeah. That'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to stop gathering at this point, and we're going to head into their capital. So our men-at-arms are going to be here in about 30 days. That seems good. No problem whatsoever. Fantastic. Khazaria is going to be potentially an additional problem, but we'll see what that ends up looking like. We do have a fair amount of tyranny that we've built up at this point, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that this would end the war through captures. We did get some captures, but we did not get enough to end the war, so this siege will be required. This one probably will end the war, and yes, it does. So that's phenomenal. So we'll disband those troops, and at this point, We've got the Duchy tier realm here. We do have a 5-year truce. So that's mildly awkward. We can now create the title Volga Bulgaria. And we'll grant that over to someone. This guy will do. Kingdom of Volga Bulgaria. Looks good. Then we can, of course, potentially move some vassals over here. But I want to check in on the kingdom titles down here. So the Caspian Steppe can be created. That's great. This is currently not held by us, de jure. Okay, so it would go to, like, this count. We would grant you the Kingdom of the Caspian Steppe. That gives us some de jure on Khazaria over here. Now, the rest of this would be de jure Caucasus. We need one additional county for that. Okay. So, what can we do with Khazaria here? Yeah, that would all be de jure up there. We would get it from a struggle clash anyway. Do we have any in on the Golden Horde? I highly doubt it. No. Cool. So that's reasonably fine. This guy up here, I do want to think about grabbing his duchy title, which is this one. And that would be granted to this guy. There you go. We do need a new chancellor. That would be you. Perfect. And then this guy is now under this duchy title. He had 2 duchies. Okay. Yeah, that's understood. So, I mean, that's reasonably fine. I think for right now, we're going to hop on down over this way and get these 2 cleaned up that we had previously highlighted. So both of these are de jure, and we're going to get that going right now. We'll drop our rally point here, and our men-at-arms will head on in. This will take almost no time to get these completed once our men-at-arms arrive. So Khazaria obviously needs to be taken over at this point. We can get a huge chunk of it with a struggle clash, but we don't really have a way to get this title here without a truce break. It's maybe not the worst thing in the world. So we're going to raise up over here, we're going to get this taken over, and then we're going to probably truce break here, fight Khazaria simultaneously, and then fight Khazaria one last time, and then that'll probably be what we've got going on here. Cool. So in we go. Let's get this done. This is step 1 on our plan. There we go. So that's 50% war score. We don't need that useless token. We could definitely use the prestige. Only 81%? That did not get us much from occupying their capital. Okay. And this is because it's only a partial occupation. This will, of course, end the war down here. A little unfortunate that we had to go all the way down this way, but sure, that's fine. Okay. There we go. This war is over. We'll enforce those demands. Phenomenal. And this war, we should only need 1 siege here, right? This barony doesn't even have a holding in it. Okay, in 1454, they don't have a holding? That's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Rather shocking, in fact, is what it is. So we win this battle, of course. We stack wiped them. Absolutely great. And let's get this war completed. There we go. War is over. We'll enforce those demands. We did, however, get this claim, which is going to delay us a little bit. They have 52,000 troops there. Okay. We're going to have to raise a few extra troops. That is going to delay things a little bit for us here, which is unfortunate. But let's raise ourselves up just a few. We don't need all that many. They're thinking about heading into us, but now they're not. Makes sense. Okay, this should be more than sufficient. So we're going to head on up. Who are we actually fighting here? Okay, this guy? Sure. We need to get this eliminated. So we're going to siege this down. I'd like to chase their force here, ideally, and fight them up over here. We're only at 6% right now. Ticking should be on our side, although they do have additional forces coming in over here. Noted. We're going to fight them here and get that siege done. We do need a new steward. That will be you. Phenomenal. Okay. So we're going to win this battle here. We'll visit the court when we see fit. We got to keep going here. Phenomenal. Are you okay with a white piece at this point? No, he's not. Maybe after this battle. I would honestly be okay with a white piece here. We're not really going to gain anything out of this. Like, if we enforce his demands, we just get some gold. We're going to white piece it. We're not interested in this war. So there we go. We're going to disband our armies. Phenomenal. Next, we're going to come attack Khazaria here, and we're going to struggle clash it. So that is our current goal. We're going to raise up our forces around here. And let's get that going. Beautiful. So we're going to head on in. That'll be fine. And then we're going to get Khazaria and Bulgarid done with a truce break, and then the series will be over at that point. That's the idea here. So that'll be a few minutes longer than the normal episodes, but that's fine. Inward we go, eventually. Just waiting on those men-at-arms. 20 days on that. I'm going to bump us up to speed 5, just because I feel like we may as well at this point. So in we go. Phenomenal. We're going to get these taken down. We should probably take a look at this dangerous faction. What do we have going on here? Peasant rabble? Okay, I don't care. Peasant rabble is irrelevant. Achievements are still available. Fascinating. We're not trying to get any. If we happen to get any, whatever. But we're going to head up this direction. We're at 72% already? Wow. 117 from occupation. That's insane. Sure. So we're going to enforce those demands. Now we're going to disband our troops. I wish we didn't have to, but we're going to disband our troops, and we're going to declare on this guy again, but I want to create the Kingdom of the Caucasus first. We're going to grant that out to this guy. Phenomenal. There we go. That seems absolutely fine for the moment. We can station a man-at-arms regiment. Okay, I'm not too concerned about that, to be honest. So now we're going to declare on this guy again, and this is a truce break, but we're going to seize de jure lands. And we're going to drop our rally point here. We're going to raise men-at-arms, and in we go. Now, I'm going to declare on this guy as... Actually, we need to not raise the men-at-arms yet, because we need to declare on this guy as well, seizing all de jure lands. And this is a truce break as well, but that's fine. We are gaining, or rather losing, levels of fame for these truce breaks, but that's understood. So we'll raise up our men-at-arms, and this is our final war here for this particular series. Now, I want to be clear, the next series is Europa and is also Carpetanian, but it is not going to be an import. I've mentioned that several times. We're going to be doing like we did with CK here. We're going to be starting from fundamentally scratch. I haven't decided yet entirely how that's going to work. We'll figure that out in the next episode. But for now, we're going to eliminate this force. There we go. And war's over. We're going to enforce those demands. And we're going to meander on up over here. That'll take 4 months. In the meantime, I want to take a look here. Did that truce break get us any angry vassals? No. We may have still been under the effect of truce break, actually, and I think we were. So our only real penalty for that is losing levels of fame, which I'm okay with right now. We can get fame so easily. Throw her out. We don't want bubonic plague. Cool. So we're just going to head on up, stack wipe their army here. Looks like we're going to catch them there. Phenomenal. That all looks good. No problem whatsoever. And let's get this finished. Beautiful. Who is this? Our caravan master? No, get out of here. And this war should end with this siege, I think. 92? Okay, that's a little sad. We need 1 additional siege. And there we go. That'll do it. So, we were able to clean up the vast majority of our bordergore. Of course, we ended up going beyond the end date like 3 years, but that's not the biggest of deals. So, this is our final state here. I think that that's not too bad, considering I wasn't deliberately going for something like a global conquest. and the fact that we started at the later start point rather than the earlier one. If we had started at the earlier start date, we absolutely would have conquered the world a while ago. There's no doubt about that one. But as it is, no, I think this was a very successful campaign. Of course, this empire will fall into the annals of history, and next episode, we're going to be starting anew in Europa. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.